Marston's Domain.
Hey everyone, Marson here, and today I want to talk about how I feel about King K. Rool now that Smash Bros. Has been out for a little bit. So I definitely enjoy playing him, and I think that he's really good. I think that he is a higher tier character in terms of the tier list. However, I think King K. Rool is going to be a character where if there's a matchup that he's not good in, he's going to suffer pretty hard. And a lot of people have been saying that he's a character that once people figure him out, that he's going to drop in the tier list. And I always said, no, there's no way. However, I still see him as a high tier, or I should say a higher tier. I don't know where he would place exactly on the tier list, but I think of him as a higher tier character. However, I do think that people figuring him out affects him more so than other characters. I can't say for every character, but there are a lot of things that King K. Rool could get away with when the game first came out that I'm already finding out that I can't get away with. A big thing was down throw. I could do down throw and do almost whatever I wanted. Now people just instantly know I gotta start mashing. As soon as King K. Rool gets the grab, they're mashing. Whereas before, I mean, you should be mashing as soon as you get grabbed anyway, but people were very just kind of nonchalantly mashing, it seemed like. Now people are just getting out of the down throw. I mean, you can still get up tilt pretty much guaranteed almost all the time because it hits from the ground and goes high up, but I've even had people escape it if I get a grab at like 0%. I've had people actually be able to escape it and I couldn't hit them. In terms of the super armor, I haven't really had any issues with people abusing it on me. Like if I go for something, I haven't had someone go, oh, you went for that, so I did this strong move to break your belly. I haven't had any of that, but I have had my belly break, more so than I did when I first started. So you can't just do whatever you want with King K. Rool, which not that I thought you could, but I have noticed that the belly breaking can be an issue sometimes. If you're trying to just nair through literally every type of move, you will eventually just get punished for doing that. The biggest thing that I've noticed with King K. Rool is that, at least for me, which I want to preface this by saying I'm not that good against projectile characters in general, but I have noticed that I think that with King K. Rool, he struggles against heavy projectile zoning characters. Because he does have his own projectiles, but they're both kind of slow. And I think that, combined with his slow mobility in general, I think really hurts him in matchups where there's a character that's very zone heavy and very projectile heavy. What's funny is one of the things that I had noticed right off the bat was that I thought Simon Belmont would be a very terrible matchup for King K. Rool, and I still think that on paper it is bad, but if you can get Simon Belmont off stage, King K. Rool can really gimp Simon Belmont from getting back on stage. And I think as the game develops and as the meta develops, I think us King K. Rool players are going to find more ways to kind of gimp people off stage because King K. Rool's insane recovery really allows him to gimp a huge chunk of the cast for Smash Bros. It's kind of insane, honestly. And that's why I'm not going to try to place where I think he is in the tier list. I, in general, am not going to be one to kind of figure out a tier list in general. I'm more concerned with the matchups that I think I'm going to struggle with King K. Rool. And like I've said in the past, I made sure I said this because I didn't want to let people down. I am going to switch characters in tournaments when I need to. I may try going King K. Rool first in a matchup that I know is bad just to see if maybe I can do it. But I'm not going to be afraid to switch characters. I'm still going to try to use King K. Rool as much as possible. And my new way of going about this is that I'm going to still practice with King K. Rool against any character. But when I notice that a matchup is bad, I'm going to start working on using another character in that matchup and then going back to King K. Rool and seeing if I can kind of implement some of the things I'm doing with the other character with K. Rool in that specific matchup. And just going from there, because I mean, people are going to figure out more things with King K. Rool and just the game in general. So who knows, there could be a tech that gets found out that completely changes the game and helps K. Rool immensely. We have no idea. I mean, even with the crown sliding mechanic in general, that was discovered, where you can throw the crown and dash dance into it and dash dance the other way and you kind of slide. I mean, there's crazy follow-ups just from that. And the game's only been out for a couple weeks, so I still think that he's a high-tier character. I think that he is going to suffer from people really figuring him out, but I mean, that's going to happen in any game. I mean, you're not going to be able to get away with everything all the time. People are going to figure out ways to combat it, and that's where as K. Rool players, we got to figure out what we can combat in terms of what they're doing. And that's just how the game grows in general. So I'm definitely not on this train where people are saying, oh, K. Rool is just going to suck in a couple months. No, I don't think so at all. Some of the tools that he has are honestly insane. The belly mechanic really is crazy. There are trades where if you were someone else, you would just lose. And with K. Rool, you literally just win, and actually sometimes win an entire set due to belly armor. Like someone was going to kill you, but the belly armor came in when you F-tilted, and there you go, you just won the set. So he's a really interesting character. He's a character that I think is one that's going to change a lot as the game grows. So as much as people are going to figure him out in terms of competing against him, I think us K. Rool players are going to be figuring out stuff along the way that we can use as K. Rool that end up changing how matchups are as we know it. Because I think there's a lot to explore with his crown and his blunderbuss, because they're very unique projectiles. And I wouldn't be surprised if we're watching a tournament one day and we just see the most insane combo happen. So that's how I feel about K. Rool right now. I still think he's a great character. I have a ton of fun playing him. However, when it's a zony / projectile type character, I actually don't have fun. If someone is playing that character as optimal as possible, I don't have fun, because it's so hard to get in with K. Rool. I think a lot of people underestimate how slow K. Rool can be at times, between the air and on the ground. He is slow. So when someone's shooting a bajillion projectiles at you, you can't rely on Crown and Blunderbuss to really get in at that point. But that's where the game is young, and things are going to get figured out. But that's just how I feel about it right now. I'm not going to give up on K. Rool. I'm going to always play him. But like I said, in tournament, if I need to switch, I'm going to switch. So that's all I really have to say about this. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about all this. Do you still really love K. Rool? Do you have trouble in certain matchups? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this and want to support my content, feel free to subscribe. And until next time, I'll see you all later. Take care, everyone.